The reason why community building is so important for social enterprise is it takes a village. And there is a viral coefficient that happens when you start to work together.
When we're living in a community, the well-being of the community as a whole, it's so important to the people living in it. I think it's very important, especially for bigger business, that they are conscious or that they put their focus on community building, because they also have the resources financially, and also they have the people.
What I think about is surrounding yourself with a whole variety of different types of support. So, of course, it's obvious that you want to surround yourself with people who you can confide in, that you can have really good conversations with, so you can kind of continue to evolve in your thinking. But it's also really important to surround yourself with people who are really good at what they do. So you're constantly just reaching higher and higher and higher.
Community is such a source of strength and feeling really secure in your values. Like, I think that's what all the kind of random people who are in my community all have in common, is that we all see a better world and we all want to work towards a better world.
I would recommend the students to please keep your communication open and try to talk as much as you can with the fellow students and friends and people that you interact with, that can actually bring down the barriers and bring down the misunderstanding, so you could know people better. And once you know people better, automatically you will build a network.
When you're a student, I think one of the best ways to build community is to really invest in your peer relationships. Who is interested in solving the same kind of problems you're interested in? Who do you have the best debates with? Eventually, those are the people that are gonna either be the connection that you hoped and dreamed for, they're gonna think of you first when a job comes up, or they're gonna introduce you to some really cool people.
Hello, everyone. This is Jim Lewald here, Dean of the Haskayne School of Business. And honestly, I've been so excited anticipating this great event. Welcome to the 2021 Haskayne Alumni Awards. Let me start by acknowledging that in Calgary, and I know we've got people from all over, but in Calgary, we are proud to be on the traditional territories of the Treaty 7 region in southern Alberta, which includes the Blackfoot Confederacy, comprising of the Siksika, the Piikani, the Kainai First Nations, the Tsuut'ina First Nation, the Stoney Nakoda, which includes the Chiniki, Bearspaw, and Wesley First Nations. As well, the city of Calgary is home to Métis Nation of Alberta, Region 3. We are all proud to be treaty people. And I ask all of you to take a moment to acknowledge where you are and to be proud of that tradition. Now, this is really truly a great event. I always look forward to it, but this year is just a little bit more special because we are honoring an all-woman cohort of Haskayne alumni. How exciting. Quite frankly, this is long overdue recognition, but one that I'm super proud to be a part of. Eleanor, Audra, and Whitney are highly successful in their careers, but think about it, they're business leaders, they're making a difference, and most importantly, all three of them are community builders. And you're going to hear a lot more about that tonight. We have a really special program for you. They're part of Haskayne's family of now over 28,000 alumni around the globe. I know you'll enjoy hearing the stories about the three of them. But let me start with a few housekeeping notes. So this is a very social event. So join us in the chat. Share your messages of congratulations with these amazing women, or share your favorite memories of Haskayne on the chat. I notice already our famous Dr. Bob has been on the chat. Thank you so much, Bob. And please join in. And lastly, follow us on social media at Haskayne School. And let's get started with a message from our president, Dr. Ed McCauley. Over to you, Ed.
Hello, everyone. I'm delighted to join Jim in welcoming you to the 2021 Haskayne Alumni Awards. This is such a special event because it showcases incredible business leaders and innovators within our alumni family. We get to highlight the ways in which these leaders are innovative, future-focused, and deeply committed to the community. We get to celebrate the impact of our alumni here in Calgary, across the province, and around the world. And we get to really envision what it means to think like an entrepreneur, seeing past the obstacles to find new ideas and solutions in every industry and every aspect of our society. The 3 award winners that we're celebrating today are fantastic examples of these strengths among Haskayne alumni. But there's another important differentiator that I think you'll see in their stories in just a few minutes. And it's a major indicator of their commitment to equity, diversity, and inclusion. These leaders are also community builders in every sense of the term. They inspire excellence and foster connections in everything they do, elevating entire communities in the process. It's an honor to count these 3 alumni as members of the University of Calgary family. And we could not be more proud to celebrate them today. Eleanor, Whitney, and Audra, on behalf of all of us, congratulations.
Thanks so much, Ed. And this is a very informal event. So if you heard clinking of glasses, that was me bumping into my champagne glass while Ed was speaking. Sorry about that, Ed. But hey, get your champagne ready because we are going to celebrate tonight. Now, as you might imagine, with 28,000 alumni, it's very difficult to pick who we're going to select each year. And we do this with a selection committee. And I want to honor the 5 members of Haskayne alumni who are on the selection committee this year. So first, Colleen Pound, a dedicated member of the Management Advisory Council, and 4 past recipients from Haskayne Alum Awards: Mark Blackwell, Patrick Lohr, Cole Orbitz, and Tara Weber. Thank you each for contributing to this evening and for being champions of the Haskayne School at all times. I also want to take this opportunity to thank Dick and Lois Haskayne, who are joining us tonight in our celebration. So much we have is because of the good name of Mr. Haskayne, and it's just so wonderful to have him still interested, involved in all these events, and such a great ambassador to the school. So thank you so much for lending your name and for participating here tonight. Now, each year we recognize the outstanding achievements in 3 different categories: the Rising Star Award, the Big Ideas Bold Leaders Award, and the Management Alumni Excellence Award. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about each one of those. And before I do that, I wanted to note that I'm in my office in Scurfield Hall, and you will occasionally see students walking by. It's not peak time for classes, but thought we'd give you a little bit of the Scurfield experience since we've all been locked up at home for so long. So let me talk about the Rising Star Award. It honors those who are taking giant strides in their first decade since graduating from the Haskayne School. We seek emerging leaders who are driving innovation in industry and contributing to their community through service and advocacy. They demonstrate the impact of a business education and champion connection to the university. These are individuals who demonstrate the values of leadership, commitment, excellence, integrity, and service. Values exemplified by this year's 2021 Rising Star, Audra Stevenson. Now, the next is the Big Ideas Bold Leaders Award, which recognizes a Haskayne grad who has taken on the challenge of doing something big. By meeting that challenge, this person has created something outstanding or made an enormous impact. Individuals are recognized for inspiring notable change in their field of work, motivating others, and enabling positive change in the community. All of these attributes are exhibited so well by this year's Big Ideas Bold Leaders Award recipient, Whitney Rockley. And finally, since 2000, we have recognized 21 alumni as Haskayne's highest alumni honor, the Management Alumni Excellence Award, or in short, the MAX Award. Recipients of this award are established business leaders and passionate community builders, individuals who have found success in their career and who have built lasting impact beyond the boardroom. We're so thrilled to have Eleanor Chiu join this illustrious group of individuals. Now, in a moment, you'll hear more about each of our recipient stories, and you'll notice a common thread woven through each of their stories: the impact and intersection of business education and community leadership. Now, I'll be back in a few moments, but first, a quick reminder to our audience. Don't forget to join the chat throughout the celebration. Send your congratulations to the recipients and let us know why you're proud to be part of the Haskayne community. Now, on with the celebration.
A lot of the best relationships I have now with mentors, with coaches, it's been introductions through people I met in my time at Haskayne.
Audra and I met in the MBA program. She was this quirky drama background student, very different than anyone else in the program. She had creativity, she had different ideas, she looked at things from a different perspective. And so because of that, her and I and Kenny actually started a company after we were in the MBA program together.
I really was excited to go into business with Audra. It was an amazing opportunity. She really likes to take on big problems and big challenges.
She's a very determined young lady.
Yeah, she's very honest, very people-oriented.
And she started at an early age. When she wanted something, she knew that she couldn't get it on her own. She would recruit others to help her get it.
Right now, I'm working at an organization called the Leftovers Foundation, which works at the intersection of food waste and food access. So we rescue food from local cafes, bakeries, grocery stores, and we deliver it to nonprofits and charities in Calgary, Edmonton, and Winnipeg.
She's come in at Leftovers at a time when they have been going through an enormous amount of change. She's really stepped up, she's leaned into it, not an easy thing to do, and she's done an excellent job of it.
The work that she's doing right now at the Leftovers Foundation is a great example of the type of work that you can come out and do with a business degree or an MBA that maybe isn't standard to what people think you can do.
Business and nonprofit should be so much more integrated than they are. Nonprofits are just businesses with different rules. There's so much opportunity for innovation and growth within the organization, and I think that that is a product of my time as an entrepreneur and bringing that into the organization.
Audra puts people first, always wants to hear about their input, their feedback, and their thoughts, but most importantly, she truly cares about people's well-being.
Audra represents a new wave of business leaders. She is incredibly purpose-driven. When she finds a purpose that she really strongly believes in, she puts 100% into that.
She's one of those individuals that is always working hard, whether people are watching or not, and really looks to execute on her goals and objectives, regardless of the situation.
Congratulations, Audra. This is very well deserved. I think this will probably be the first of many awards in your career because I only see great things for you on the horizon.
Congratulations, Audra, on receiving this award. Very deserving. I'm so happy for you and very excited for everything that you're doing and will continue to do in the future.
Congratulations, Audra, on this amazing award and achievement. Definitely going to be the first of many to come.
Audra, on behalf of your whole family, your sisters, dad, and I, and all your extended family, we are very proud of you. Congratulations and all the best going forward.
Congratulations, Audra.
Good evening. My name is Julie Lee. I'm a current undergraduate student at Haskayne, pursuing a degree focused on entrepreneurial thinking and innovation. Throughout my degree, I've had the pleasure of leveraging business as a force for social good through skills-based volunteering with organizations such as Woods Homes, Enactus U Calgary, and TEDx Youth. It is my honor to present this year's Haskayne Rising Star Award to Audra Stevenson. Audra's path is a bit unconventional for a business grad. Growing up in Calgary, Audra found a passion for the arts, where she built her creative process and found her love for whimsy. After completing her undergraduate degree in technical theater at the University of Alberta, Audra continued to support the thriving art scene and a local community of artists. In 2015, Audra began her MBA studies at the Haskayne School of Business. Audra brought a new perspective to the classroom, challenging her classmates to lean into non-traditional approaches to business models, building empathy, and embracing a flair for the artistic. Equipped with her arts background and strong business acumen, Audra has built a unique, creative, and inclusive perspective to engaging with and serving her community. She now combines her passions, business practice and theory, community advocacy, and innovative thinking, and applies this to her work with entrepreneurs, small businesses, and nonprofits. Together with fellow Haskayne MBA graduates, Kenny Lauren and Josh Malade, Audra founded Fresh Angles Incorporated, a boutique consulting company which helps to diversify Calgary's entrepreneurial community and support small tech startups. In her role as interim CEO of the Leftovers Foundation, Audra has made a commitment to addressing food insecurity, reducing food waste, and increasing food access to the most vulnerable in our society. Audra also hasn't forgotten her roots. In addition to her work with the Leftovers Foundation and Fresh Angles, Audra serves as the chair for Handsome Alice Theatre, a local theatre company supporting and advocating for women's voices and empowerment in the creative space. As I prepare to graduate later this year, I reflect on the diverse opportunities to make an impact on our community through business, exemplified by Audra's story. It's inspiring for me to see strong female leaders, such as Audra, paving the path for a creative career in human-centered advocacy and innovation. Audra, you're a shining example of what it means to be service-driven, a social innovator, and a community advocate. You represent the best and brightest of our Haskayne alumni family, and I'm excited to follow the work you do. Congratulations on receiving the 2021 Haskayne Rising Star Award.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored to receive this award and to also just be in such amazing company with Dean Jim DeWald and the other award recipients, Whitney and Eleanor. First, I just want to thank my family and friends for their kind words in the video and all the support they've given me through the many twists and turns of my career so far. In particular, I want to thank my fiance, Barry, who I've always said is the biggest investor in whatever project I pursue. And a huge thank you to the Haskayne School of Business and the team that put together this event. I started the MBA program when I was 23 years old, and true to my theater roots, I came in rocking a very arts student aesthetic that was a shaved head and a crop top. And when I walked in on my first day, I saw that everyone was wearing a suit. Like literally everyone was wearing a suit, and I straight up panicked. I felt like it was very obvious that I didn't belong and that I didn't know anything about business, and I didn't even know why I was there. And I called my mom that night and I tried to quit, but instead she bought me a blazer to wear to my first block week class presentation. And I'm so glad that I decided to stay, even though I was absolutely terrified. I learned so much during my time at Haskayne, not just about economics or strategy, but about what I cared about, how much I love creative problem solving, and most importantly, how crucial it is that people from all sorts of backgrounds, especially the arts, how crucial it is that we're all working together on the biggest challenges that we face as a society. I learned that my arts background gives me a really unique perspective and a creative way to look at big, complex problems. And I shouldn't downplay or discount that skill set. I should emphasize it. And that's what's led me down a career path that looks kind of nonlinear on paper, but on closer reflection, it really is a culmination of my passion for connecting community, having a positive impact, and creating opportunities for social revolution. Being part of the Haskayne community has meant so much to me. the friends from my cohort, the professors who spent extra time with me, the career advisors and mentors that I met through the Haskayne network, every single person I ever asked for help, they showed up for me in more ways than I could ever imagine, whether it was starting my company and recommending us for things, or even just an office to sit in and lament my economics grade. It's really a community that supports its own, and I'm really, really thankful to be part of it. So thank you once again to the Haskayne School of Business for recognizing those of us who are still at the beginning. We're still figuring things out, and I have a lot of big challenges ahead. Thank you so much and have a lovely evening.
There is no room for doubt, and there's no room for doubters. And I remember so many people having expectations on what I could or couldn't do in life. And when I look back, it was ridiculous, because you can do anything you set your mind to.
At a young age, Whitney really was butterflies and rainbows, and she was very carefree. At 17, she left home and she went to Toronto. But I would really say it was her MBA here at the University of Calgary that kind of switched the whole path for her. And it was the mentorship program. You know, she had a really amazing mentor here.
So Jerry Prodi was the vice president in Canada. He said, I'm looking for somebody really innovative. I take people from different departments in Canada, I tune them up and put them back in their departments. It's a great way to get the company be more innovative. I'm looking for somebody to come in from the outside. I said, Whitney's your person.
Gosh, it's hard to believe this, but it was over 25 years ago. And I just kind of followed this passion in tech and have lived and traveled around the world for different companies and eventually my own company, where we could invest really in industrial tech, but with a software, hardware, AI, machine learning type kind of configuration to where it is today.
Ideas are easy to have. Big ideas are harder, but executing on an idea is the most challenging thing in the world to do, and it can only be done by a bold leader. And Whitney has been able to create a career where she can provide capital to people, other people that have some of the most important and some of the biggest ideas in the world, and she helps make those ideas come true.
She's one of the most disciplined people I know. And I know that came from doing martial arts.
There's a lot of lessons that you can take from martial arts, and specifically Taekwondo, into your professional circle. So the biggest one is respect. The next one is steadiness and composure. I'm a firm believer in high performance, and I believe high performance takes a lot of practice and a lot of good habits.
She's kind of like an elite athlete. Like, it's a lot of hard work, what she's done. There's no secret recipe, it's work. And so I'm just really proud of her. She's done it for years, and to watch where she's come and where she's gonna go has been the best part about being her sister and being her friend.
The easiest thing for me to do is describe Whitney in one single word, and it's courageous. She is so not afraid of taking on some of the biggest challenges and facing some of the scariest things that a person can face. I've learned so much from her, and I couldn't be more proud of her for winning this award and for the company she's helped me build.
Whitney, you were a star in 1996-97. Boy, you're a star in a lot bigger universe now. So just keep doing what you're doing, because you're going to encourage so many women and other people to see what they really can do.
Hey, little sis, congratulations on this huge honor. You've earned it, and we're all really proud of you.
Hello, my name is Sudeepta Mohapatra. I'm a second-year MBA student. I'm also the president of the MBA Society, working towards improving the MBA student experience academically, socially, and professionally, while enhancing the reputation of the Haskayne MBA brand. It is my pleasure to present the 2021 Big Ideas Bold Leaders Award to Whitney Rockley. Whitney Rockley is a trailblazer in the venture capital community. With over 20 years experience in private capital, Whitney has built a dynamic career focused on evolution, ideation, and strategic innovation. Whitney's tenacity was evident from a young age, and her global perspective shaped by her experience growing up in Africa and Canada. At the age of 17, Whitney left home to pursue her undergraduate degree at Ryerson University. In the mid-90s, Whitney returned home to pursue an MBA at the University of Calgary. It was here that Whitney expanded her entrepreneurial spirit, developing keen business insight and an eye for venture capital and investment. Whitney is the co-founder and managing partner of MacRock Capital, a Toronto-based investment firm upending the industrial Internet of Things. With her team at MacRock, Whitney finds unique ways to support entrepreneurs and innovators, exploring new avenues to diversify revenue streams, shaking up how things are done, and creating big waves into the future of industrial innovation. Prior to co-founding MacRock, Whitney was a partner with the Zurich-based venture capital firm and Nomura New Energy Ventures in London, England. She was also the first female chair of the Canadian Venture Capital and Private Equity Association. She is a trusted advisor in her field and is often called upon for her expertise by government and industry peers. Whitney has set a firm goal to increase diversity within the venture capital community in Canada, to commit to the values of inclusion, belonging, and representation. Being a newcomer in Canada myself, and having left home back in India a long time ago for studies and work, I can personally relate with Whitney's story and her global perspective. I am currently learning about venture capital as a part of the Creative Destruction Lab program, and as an MBA student interested in innovation, strategy, and finance, I find her journey and accomplishments deeply motivating. Whitney, you are bold in every sense of the word, and I'm honored to present you with this year's Big Ideas Bold Leaders Award. Congratulations.
Fantastic. Thanks so much. How cool was that, Sudeepta? Thanks so much for the introduction and terrific videos. I'm kind of sitting back and I can't believe I have to say a few words after them. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to start by telling you a story. And it starts like this. As far back as I can remember, I've always wanted to own my own business. And the only people that I knew at a really young age that did this was a modeling agency that I joined when I was about 8 years old. And I remember the training classes. They were just so much fun. And I remember the woman who owned it. She took it very, very seriously, but you could tell she just loved what she did. And I remember going to the Shaganappi Public Library, and I spent hours and hours just flipping through fashion magazines. And I did this for years. It was truly, truly my happy place. And when someone used to ask me, Whitney, what do you want to do when you grow up? I would always say, I want to own my own modeling agency. And you may ask, well, what does a career in fashion have to do with a career in tech? On the surface, not a whole heck of a lot, but let me explain. I remember the very first time I got a job in tech. It was between my first and second year of MBA school at Haskayne. And I was like that little girl all over again. I was so full of joy. I was so full of life. And literally, I found myself in the library again for hours and days and weeks at a time. And I just had this insatiable curiosity to learn. And I remember, and Scott can attest to this, but I remember pumping my fist in the air, spinning around in my office chair in this little teeny cubicle, and I was just in pure joy. And that was the moment that I knew I was hooked on tech. And then as Dr. Bob, you look great, then Haskayne had a mentorship program. And I was paired, as Dr. Bob said, with an energy executive who was starting a new business development team, where I had the opportunity to invest in strategic tech companies. And I thought, That sounds like a lot of fun. I wonder if being a corporate investor could be as much fun as being in a tech company, because that's where I was. And wow, has it ever. It has been a blast. So not only did Haskayne provide me with a business education in entrepreneurship, it gave me a mentor that helped me start a career as a tech investor. And in the 25 years I've been doing what I've been doing, I have loved every day of it. And I get asked occasionally, so why do you love what you do? And I always give the same answer. It's because I have fun. I help entrepreneurs live their dreams. I get to learn about different businesses and different industries. It's like a great big puzzle. Like, imagine dropping all the puzzle pieces out, turning them over and figuring out where they go. You can begin by putting together the border and working inward, or you can start with part of the picture and build it out from there. But there's no one way to learn a business. It isn't linear, it's creative. And that's what makes it really fun. So when I sit back and I reflect on some of my proudest moments, 3 things come to mind. We raised 2 incredible young adults that have lived in different cities and different countries around the world. As was mentioned, I became the first female chair of the Canadian Venture Capital and Private Equity Association, and I started the first diversity and inclusion task force now many years ago. And you can only imagine how happy I am to be recognized alongside of Eleanor and Audra. So congratulations. And I co-founded with my JBJ, and for those of you who didn't rock out in the 1980s or the 1990s, JBJ is John Bon Jovi, but my JBJ bandmate, the very first investment firm in the world that is focused exclusively on the industrial Internet of Things. And today I'm so proud of the investors like Mitsubishi and Cisco and Caterpillar and Shell and Canada Pension Plan that we have behind us. So it's been a ton of fun. And certainly I haven't traveled this journey alone. There's been so many shout outs to my family, to my friends, to MacRock, and of course to Haskayne. And for those dreamers out there, keep dreaming and then do. Pursue the things that are fun and the things that make you genuinely happy, and great things will come your way. So thanks very much, everybody.
I think one of the things that we find it important is that we running the business is not just for ourselves. We really genuinely wanted to make a difference to the community.
I started at Trico at 12 years old, and just her professionalism was very, very strong. You know, and I could see that in that corporate setting now. When I was younger, and I was like, I wanted to emulate that because she had such great leadership skills.
Besides being very, competent as the accounting area, the CFO, she's a certified corporate director. She has a huge amount of compassion. So Eleanor and the family have this absolute commitment to their responsibility to give back to the community.
We have a family saying is doing well by doing good. You know, we could do well in business, we could do well in our careers, but what good can we do for the community around us as well? So I would say that's one of the biggest things that I've taken away from her.
Having an influence on a community, it's very important, because that's when you can actually share your learning to make other people's life easier and happier. And that's probably why it's important for us.
One of the things that she's recently been involved with at Haskayne is that social entrepreneurship program. I believe it's a really important initiative that we can all learn from to be able to give back to the community.
The Trico Foundation created the biannual social enterprise in 2011. It is arguably the premier social entrepreneurship award in Canada, and its home is Calgary.
This setup of the Trico Foundation and the work that Eleanor is doing there, it has made a very significant contribution within the city, within Alberta. And Eleanor spends a lot of time thinking through, the vision, thinking through the strategy, ever learning in this field to try to, develop this one-of-a-kind foundation.
I think Eleanor is a great choice for this award. She really is all about giving back to the community. And I don't think you could find a better ambassador for past graduates of Haskayne, but I think more importantly, to inspire future graduates of Haskayne.
I just want to thank the Haskayne School of Business again for giving me this award. Technically, my Canadian life started at U of C, so I just want to thank you for everything that Haskayne has done for me.
Well, Eleanor, I know that you're always sort of like behind the scenes and quiet, but this time, please enjoy the moment. You deserve every second of it. We're so proud of you. You're a great individual and you make a huge difference in the community.
Congratulations, Eleanor. I'm happy to see that your hard work and your community involvement is being recognized with this prestigious award.
Congratulations, Mom. This is a wonderful award that I've seen a lot of recipients have received now as well. And you're in high company, and you deserve every bit of it. So, congratulations.
Good evening. My name is James Dick, and I'm a fifth-year student in a Bachelor of Commerce Finance and Bachelor of Arts Economics programs. I'm also the co-founder and a fund manager at the Calgary Social Value Fund, Alberta's first student-led impact investing group and a member of the National Social Value Fund. We are a group of University of Calgary students that use an impact-first approach to invest in local social enterprises and nonprofits that tackle social and environmental issues in our local community. It is my pleasure to present the 2021 Management Alumni Excellence Award to Eleanor Chiu. Eleanor was born and raised in Hong Kong, immigrating with her husband Wayne in 1982 to Canada. She found a place early on at the university, enrolling as an undergraduate commerce student at the then Faculty of Management, graduated in 1985. Eleanor later earned her Chartered Accountant and Institute of Corporate Director designations, and became a licensed real estate broker. Eleanor's combined educational background and professional competency catapulted her into a successful career as an accountant. In 1998, Eleanor joined her family business Trico Homes as Chief Financial Officer. Trico Homes is Western Canada's first and only home builder to be certified as a B Corp, verified on social and environmental performance, public transparency, and legal accountability to balance profit and purpose. In 2008, Eleanor and her husband Wayne established their family foundation, the Trico Charitable Foundation. Through this organization, the Chius have invested in a number of high-impact projects and initiatives to give back to the community and advance social entrepreneurship and enterprise in Calgary. In 2019, Eleanor and Wayne made a generous contribution to support social entrepreneurship at the Haskayne School of Business, committing $5 million to establish the Trico Foundation Social Entrepreneurship Center to educate the next generation of social entrepreneurs. I myself have been a beneficiary of the programs and initiatives made possible through the foundation and the center. Through the Trico Charitable Foundation, my eyes have been open to many opportunities and possibilities in social entrepreneurship. It has allowed me to make important connections in the space that have instilled values that will stick with me for life. Seeing the impact that Eleanor has been able to make in the community is inspiring and a level of generosity that I aspire to. Eleanor, your combination of business acumen, compassion, and vision combine to make a huge impact on our community. Our community at the Haskayne School of Business is proud of your work, proud of your accomplishments, and proud of you. Eleanor, congratulations on receiving the 2021 Management Alumni Excellence Award.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for the kind words, and thank you for taking the time to share this happy moment with Whitney, Audra, and myself. When I first arrived in Calgary from Hong Kong at the end of August 1982, I had only one item on my to-do list. That was to go to the University of Calgary and register for my courses. As I was late for registration, I was so worried that I wouldn't get into the courses that I wanted. So people would ask me, why going to university is such an important thing to you? So my answer was actually very simple. Growing up in a humble but very loving family, I was aspired to equip myself with higher education so I can help marginalized people in society. Education is a very powerful tool for people who want to improve their lives. But the situation in Afghanistan is a very good but very sad example that reminds us how important education is. Taking the bold step to move to Canada and to attend the business school at the University of Calgary was one of the best decisions I have made. When I was young, there were three things that kept me going when things were tough: confidence, curiosity, and compassion. Confidence. Since I was a very young girl, my parents always had a lot of confidence in me. They encouraged me to set very high goals and led me to believe that if I study hard and work hard, there's nothing I cannot achieve. And I really thank them for that. Curiosity gave me the power and the momentum to keep learning new things and keep myself current and relevant. It is very important, especially these days when the world is changing so quickly. Compassion. Compassion was the most powerful aspect. It was the driving force behind my very existence, and it helped me define the purpose of my life. These three things continue to give me strength and support every day. A career woman in today's world, one has to be pretty good at multitasking and setting priorities. As an entrepreneur and a professional, I worked very hard every day to bring innovations, new ideas, and new opportunities to my business. I encourage my team to exercise integrity and good work ethics. I also play a very important role in my family, especially to my three children. I want to be their safety net so they can be fearless when they are stretching their wings. I also care for my aging parents and provide them with the love and care they have given to me when I was a kid. I'm doing my best to be a good citizen and give back to community. My ultimate goal is to leave this world a better place when I finally kick the bucket. It sounds very tiring and exhausting, but when I see my business growing, my parents happy and healthy, my children trying the very best to pursue their dreams, and my husband, who is also my best friend and soulmate, able to fulfill his dreams and endeavors, I find great happiness and satisfaction. Many years ago, I made a conscious decision and defined what I consider to be my success. Like in making a movie, instead of being the headliner or best actor, I chose to be the production manager who worked behind the scenes to support everyone. In a movie, every role is important. So what role is best for you, and what role do you choose to play? In conclusion, I like to quote American women's rights activist Sojourner Truth. She said, "If the first woman God ever made was strong enough to turn the world upside down all alone, these women together ought to be able to turn it back and get it right side up again." I'd like to extend my deepest gratitude to the University of Calgary and the Haskayne School of Business for giving me the opportunity to learn, to grow, and to contribute back to my community. Without my education, I will not be able to fulfill my dreams. So thank you, Haskayne, and thank you, the University of Calgary.
Well, thanks to all three of you. I mean, the first thing I have to say is it's really clear that forcing all of our students to make presentations in class works, because talk about three fantastic speeches. I just want to make a couple of comments personally, because I know all of these recipients. Audra, like, you are the face of the MBA now. Back in the day, like 35 years ago when I finished mine, it was all blue pinstripe suits and everybody had a corporate agenda. It's totally different now. And I loved when you were talking about, you know, what is the line between not-for-profit and profit business? There is no line. This is a new world, and these are new students, and these are new graduates, and it's so very exciting. And you exemplify that, Audra. So congratulations to you. Eleanor, you know, one of the speakers in the video said, Eleanor is behind the scenes and quiet. Obviously, that person has never gone on a sales call, with Eleanor, because I have, where she was representing us in doing some fundraising, and she's a total tiger. And she gets in there and encourages a person, look, you don't want to be disappointed. You want to make sure that your company looks good. You need to give, and you need to give big. And that's just the kind of heart that Eleanor has, and how she really puts everything into what she does. And again, on that theme of clouding for-profit and social enterprise, Eleanor is a champion. Eleanor and Wayne are the world champions on social entrepreneurship. And this is a Calgary entity, a Calgary Foundation. How lucky are we? And I wanted to leave Whitney for last for a couple of reasons. I mean, Whitney's been a great supporter of ours and very involved. I loved her saying, keep dreaming and then do. Like, what a great 1-2 punch. But I thought I'd finish with Whitney because, as Scott said, it's all about courage with Whitney. She's very brave, and I'm going to do something very brave. I'm going to try some courage, and I need everybody now to get yourself a drink, a glass of wine or something, and I'm going to actually risk opening this Prosecco right here. This is obviously live. Here we go. It worked. There are no holes anywhere. And I'm going to pour my drink, and I want everybody to please toast our 3 Alumni Award winners. Audra, Whitney, Eleanor, congratulations. It worked. Unbelievable. Who'd have thought? So I don't know if this is all very informal. If you want to unmic, and any last comments before I go into the closing? Whitney, Eleanor, Audra, you're on stage.
That was just super fun. So thank you. Not bad for a virtual event, Jim.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah. Next time I'll bring my champagne glasses.
Thank you so much, and congratulations to everybody. This has been such a lovely event.
Yes, and thanks everyone for such thoughtful comments too. It was really great following the chat. Congratulations, Eleanor and Audra.
Yeah, I think we must have had about 300 chat postings, so that's fantastic. Lots of fans out there. So I just want to make some closing remarks. I want to finally thank you for joining us, and to celebrate Eleanor, Audra, and Whitney. Don't sign off yet, because I want to tell you that the nominations for the 2022 Haskayne Alumni Awards will open soon, so stay tuned for that. Also want to tell you that we've decided to start something very exciting, a new speaker series called Illuminate, and that's alum like illuminate. And it's focused on stories, successes, and expertise from our alumni. And in fact, the first series will feature the 3 award winners that you just saw, Eleanor, Audra, and Whitney. So there's more to come in the new year. Watch your news feeds, your email feed from the school, and stay connected with us. Get involved with us. We want to hear from you, and we want you to help us celebrate 2022. We're going to open Matheson Hall. It's going to be a whole new thing for Haskayne, almost doubling our space. Lots of excitement coming up. So thank you so much for joining in with us tonight, and have a great evening and celebrate Haskayne. All the best.